You work long hours to get the fancy car, the big house, and the club membership, all to make you happy. So why do you still feel unhappy? Perhaps you suffer from performance addiction. Here to tell us more about this is Dr. Arthur Ciaramicoli, author of the book Performance Addiction. Good morning to you, Arthur.
Good morning, Cindy. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I don't know if I'm addicted to performance or not. How do you define that?
Well, performance addiction is the belief that perfecting appearance and achieving status will secure love, respect, and happiness. It's hardwired early in life, and it's reinforced by cultural expectations, especially American cultural expectations.
And do a lot of us suffer from this?
Many Americans suffer from it right now. I think almost everyone is affected to some degree in our culture. I think it's affecting the way we work. I think it's affecting the way we love, and most importantly, it's affecting the way we parent. We really have come to a point in our society where we're quite obsessed with our appearance, and we're very preoccupied with status and material possessions to a point where we're sacrificing our spiritual core.
So what is this doing to the family unit? You've got mom and dad going out working 10, 12 hours a day. Kids are being taken care of by somebody else. They come home, cook, go to sleep, everybody's tired. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, that's what we're talking about in terms of it being a belief system, Cindy, is these parents are believing that they must push their children this way. And again, some people have mild to moderate to severe extensions of this syndrome, but everyone is affected by it somewhat. And yes, they're pushing their kids to the point where their kids start to believe that their achievement is more important than their character, their status is more important than relationships, and that's the wrong message to give our children. We spend right now 22 hours less with our children per week than we did 30 years ago.
So how do we create a balance? How can we work, take work for instance, how can we work fewer hours and still keep our jobs?
I think the key to performing effectively in the work world is the same key to performing effectively in relationships and with our intimate family members, is that if we develop relationship skills, we know from many, many studies in the corporate world that if we develop relationship skills, especially the capacity for empathy, the ability to read other people accurately, you're more successful personally and professionally. And we particularly have to defeat the two myths in American society today. One is that the obsessive pursuit of money does not bring happiness and love. Net worth does not equal self-worth. And two is this obsession with perfecting appearance doesn't lead to happiness and love either. It leads to addictive behavior, and it's making people miserable.
Well, let's talk about people who appear to have absolutely everything. They've got the great house. They've got the great job. They've got the 2.5 kids. They've got the dog. They've got everything, it looks like, going for them, yet they're not satisfied.
Yet their souls are empty, because if we're pursuing external pursuits all the time to satisfy something internally, and again, this is a belief system. It's like a religion. I call it the religion of perfection. These people have learned that they can try to perfect their way into happiness, and it's mythical. It doesn't work. It's making people miserable, but they don't know that because it's so condoned in our society right now. I'm not really trying to help people not actualize their potential. I'm trying to help them balance their life like you said, and if you develop those relationship skills, all human beings want to be loved. That's what this pursuit is about. The pursuit of perfection, the pursuit of money, the pursuit of status. People want to be loved. And if you develop relationship skills with balance, you'll have people that will want to be around you at all times. It never fails. It's
one thing to talk about downsizing and getting back to what's really important in life, but doing it and talking about it are two totally different things.
It sure is, and I would encourage your listeners, they can take the performance addiction quiz on the publisher's website, www.wiley.com, and it really gives you a sense of what you're struggling with. And as I've said, everyone I know at least scores mild to moderate on that quiz, and the book is a workbook. It really helps people begin to turn the corner on this and try to focus more on their relationships and really see what this obsessive drive is producing in their lives. And most of the time, it's producing stress and anxiety. We have more stress and anxiety in our country now than any country in the world. So our mood, our collective mood, is really worsening, and it's of great concern.
Okay, we don't need any more stress in our lives.
We sure don't.
We certainly need more love. That's about it. Dr. Arthur Ciaramicoli, the author of Performance Addiction, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
You're welcome. Thanks very much for having me.
Kathy.